But on paper, all 4 fights are going to be competitive.
Diego de la Hoya making his way into the media center, ready for his workout. There you see him, the green, white, and red. He's from Mexicali, Baja California Sur, Cachanilla Power, as he's walking in, ready to go. And this is a kid, we've seen him grow up quickly since he turned pro in 2013. Usually the week of a fight, he doesn't have a smile. He has a scowl because he is trying to make the weight. He is trying to get into a different zone. But there you see him, and this is his last fight on the CANELO undercard against Rocco Santamoro, a fighter who was undefeated but who was outclassed. And there you see De La Hoya picking him apart.
Yeah, outclass is the best way to put it. He did what he wanted to do with Santamoro in there. Landing wonderful combinations to the head, to the body, lead shots. He was able to punch on the fly. He had a beautiful uppercut move that he would use. Look at that. Look at that. Did a little bolo swing, landed it while he's moving, and it landed with force and prompted the referee to rightfully stop that massacre.
Santamoro was trained by Shane Mosley, and Mosley actually jumped in and stopped that one, as Mexico Lindo y Querido is now playing inside the media center. Diego de la Hoya is getting ready to do his workout. And Joseph Diaz Jr., this is a fighter who is going to fight after Diego on Saturday, and this is something where the media swarming him right now. He was supposed to be here a couple minutes ago. We're going to catch up with him, but a fighter and Joseph Diaz, who, let's just say Diego and Joseph, down the line, there could be a collision course with these two.
Yes. We've talked about this before in some of our other broadcasts, Beto, but if you look at the younger generations between 122 and 126, Joseph Diaz, Oscar Valdez, Diego de la Hoya, and they're all local from the Southern California area.
And they have history from the amateurs.
Yes.
They fought each other.
So there are a lot of potential matchups to be made here, I think, within the next 2 or 3 years.
As these guys are 21, 22, 23 years old. The first pay-per-view for Diego de la Hoya, there you see him trained by excellent trainer Joel Diaz. Joel's getting his arms loose, so that means they're really going to do some work here if he's got to get the shoulders ready.
You know, speaking of Joel Diaz, a very solid trainer out of Coachella, there is life after the Desert Storm. Tim Bradley, I thought they had a bit of an ugly breakup last year, but in talking to Joel Diaz the last couple of months, alongside Diego de la Hoya, we've seen a couple of guys that he has that I think are very promising, and Cesar Diaz, and a kid that made his pro debut last time we saw him, Virgil Ortiz, tall, heavy puncher that'll be on the card. Joel Diaz believes, Doug, he has at least 6 or 7 future world champions under his gun.
And he would know.
18-year-old Virgil Ortiz from Dallas, Texas, training with Joel Diaz. He will be on the show Saturday. That gets going at 2:30 on ringtv.com. It will be 6 fights your way for free on Ring TV. Then you can get the pay-per-view at goldenboyppv.com. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher, and our sometimes broadcast partner, Joseph Diaz Jr., who will not wear a suit or makeup this weekend. He will be in the ring fighting Andrew Cancio. And JoJo, when they said the name Cancio, because I remember talking to you, you said maybe there was a chance of fighting a British fighter or somebody who had a bigger name, but Cancio came up, and that's a tough fight. Why did you take this one?
You know what? Unfortunately, we didn't get the British fighters, but
get that microphone up, Jojo. Come on, yeah. You've worked with this before.
But I feel like Andrew Cancio, he's the toughest test to date, man. He's a very tough competitor. He keeps on coming. He's very strong, and he's aggressive. And that's why I chose that fight, because I want to showcase to everybody that I'm willing to fight these tough guys that Golden Boy has, and I want to showcase to everybody that I could defeat these guys as well. And I know that Andrew Cancio is going to be the toughest test, so he's going to bring out the best in me. And that's what I want everybody to see. I want everybody to see the best Joseph Diaz come September 17th.
Cancio is an underrated boxer who's shown us in recent fights that he's got a lot of power.
Yeah.
It's good power for a featherweight. And I asked him when he was sitting with us, does he have enough power to hurt you? He absolutely believes that. Is the same with you? Do you feel, because you're sitting down and your punches more, and I'm seeing it in your body. Your muscles are there, and you're filling out a little bit. In your last fight, you blew the guy out. Do you feel like you can hurt Cancio?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the plan on going into this fight. We want to make sure that we're sitting down my shots early in the fight for Andrew Cancio could be second-guessing himself and making sure that he's fighting on his back foot, because we know that Andrew Cancio, he's a tough competitor going forward, but we never seen him fighting backwards, and that's the game plan, is putting on being strong in there and making sure that we're hurting him before he could be going backwards as well.
You want to get your respect early in this fight.
I want to get my respect because a lot of people don't think that I have the power still, and I want to showcase to everybody that I do have the power, I have the skill, and I have the speed.
You're watching Diego De La Hoya work with Joel Diaz right now. Diego takes on Orlandito del Valle. That is the first fight on pay-per-view. And then the co-feature, Gabriel Rosado, Willie Monroe Jr., Canelo Smith. Canelo Smith, obviously, is Canelo Alvarez and Liam Smith. When you talk for 2 hours, you're going to blend some names together. But the fight that I'm reading amongst different media scribes, talking to boxing people around the hotel, the one to watch out for, the one they're excited for, is Joseph and Andrew Cancio. And this isn't people in your camp or Cancio's camp. It's outside observers that know the sport like, oh, this has a chance to be a barn burner. What do you expect? You're a southpaw. He's orthodox. What do you expect Saturday?
I expect a brawl, man. I expect both of us fighters, both of us leaving it all on the line because I know that this is the biggest fight for Andrew Cancio and this is the biggest stage, so he wants to go out there and make a statement as well. And this is my biggest stage that I've ever been on, being on pay-per-view, and I want to track all the Mexican fans and I want to track everybody that's tuning on pay-per-view to be following me. And it's great exposure for both of us, so expect a brawl, expect an all-out war, and let the best man win.
It's high stakes for you, too. You have a high rating within the WBC. You're number 3 in the BC, and the plan for Golden Boy is to put you in a title elimination situation, maybe by the end of this year. If not the end of this year, then early next year, to where you're going to challenge Gary Russell Jr. for that WBC 126-pound title. So you can't afford any slip-ups here. So does that add pressure to this situation?
No pressure, just more motivation because I know that where Golden Boy wants to take me and my manager wants to take me. So I know that this is a very important fight, and I can't go in there and take it easy on Andrew Cancio. I got to make sure that I'm 110%, and I'm going to go out there and give it my all. So come Saturday night, man, you guys are going to see a whole different Joseph Diaz in there. Not the nice guy that you guys are used to seeing smiling and stuff. I'm going to be on TV with a mean face and ready to take on Andrew Cancio because I know that he's going to try to dethrone me and take what's mine, and I'm not going to let that happen.
4 years ago, you were in London having Kevin Durant tell you that you got robbed at the Olympics. Then you were at the sports arena, the first fight in 2 in the afternoon. Now, 4 years later, the pay-per-view feature. How awesome is your career gone for you?
Oh, man, my career has been going tremendously. It's been moving progressively, and I just thank God for all these opportunities. It's been a dream come true. And, man, come Saturday night when I see all those fans there and everybody watching on pay-per-view, it's going to give me the butterflies, but once I'm inside the ring, it's all going to go away. And I just feel like Golden Boy, they're moving me just right.
And the plan that they're moving you at, you're right in line with it. The pace, the activity that you fought in your first 2 years, and the quality of opposition that you've been fighting in the last year, it's what you've wanted, not just your manager and Golden Boy promotion. So obviously, you're young. I mean, you're not even 25. You feel like you're ready to fight for a world title as soon as possible.
Yes, I do feel like I'm ready to fight for a world title shot, but like I said in previous interviews, that patience is the key and experience is the key as well. So I got to make sure that I'm 100% ready for all these elite fighters and 100% ready for all these tough fighters. And Saturday night, Andrew Cancio is a tough fighter, but I know that I'm ready for that because I fought tough fighters in my past and in my pro career. So experience is the key, and it's going to show come Saturday night.
And you're going to need tough fights when you move on to that title elimination bout and when you finally step in there to fight for a world title. Whether it's Gary Russell Jr. or somebody else, you're going to need these gut checks, so to speak.
Yes, exactly. And Saturday night is going to be another tough fight. It's going to give me more experience inside the ring, and it will get me ready for those tough fights because once I get that world title shot, I want to make sure I win that world title, and I'm going to make sure that I'm ready to defend it as well. So I want to make sure I have all the experience before I could win it and defend it.
2012 Olympian Joseph Diaz Jr. We are live on ringtv.com and also Snapchat. Check out the Golden Boy Snapchat, Instagram, Snapchat story. You actually taken over the Golden Boy Snapchat account. For people to follow you on your social media, what is it?
Yes, if you guys want to follow me on social media, my Twitter.
Well, tell them if. You're over here saying you're going to be mean. Tell them what to do.
All right, you guys follow me on my social media. Joseph Diaz Jr. on Twitter, Joseph Diaz Jr. on Facebook, Joseph Diaz Jr. on Instagram, and Snapchat Joseph Diaz with 2 Z's. I really appreciate it, guys.
2 Z's, because that other Joseph Diaz took it, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And I want to pay for it.
You don't want to pay for it. Check him out. Pay-per-view debut. Joseph Diaz Jr., South El Monte. The Teamsters Gym is where he grew up. He still trains there with his father, Joseph Sr. He is now 21-0, 12 KOs, coming off a knockout of Victor Proa. That'll be the second fight on the pay-per-view. Go to goldenboyppv.com, and you can get that pay-per-view on Saturday. Diego De La Hoya is in the ring right now getting interviewed by Tattoo.
Pound, but it seemed like Diego took over that Rocco Santamora fight and just left him looking bruised and really hurt. Diego, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo te sientes?
Me siento preparado, ya listos para que llegue sábado y que viva México.
¡Viva México! Diego, you could translate if you can. Diego, after getting past this win, it seems like you're climbing so fast. Does he feel the pressure right now on how fast his career is taking off?
¿Te sientes que tienes presión como tu carrera va escalando tan rápido?
Bueno, yo me siento ya listo. La verdad es que me he preparado muy bien cada pelea y esta pelea no es la excepción, ¿no? Primero Dios y vamos a ganar esta pelea.
How good?
He says that he prepares very well for every fight, you know, and this is not an exception. He knows it's a big opportunity, so, you know, preparation went well.
One more time on HBO pay-per-view on the undercard of Canelo. What's he bringing this Saturday?
Una vez más en la cartelera de Canelo pay-per-view, ¿qué vas a traer para este sábado?
Bueno, como todo mexicano, voy a tener los huevos bien puestos y vamos a ganar esta pelea.
He said, like every Mexican, I'm gonna have my balls really on my hands, and I'm gonna give a great fight.
And that's what he does, and that's why he is pound for pound doing his thing right now, and he remains undefeated. You gotta love this kid, Diego De La Hoya.
A very animated Diego De La Hoya.
And a big...
Usually he's controlled with his words. I'm running my chin trying to figure out if I can translate that here on ringtv.com. But, you know, you guys know. You're in Southern California. You speak book sale. You know what's going on. Beth Duran, Doug Fisher, and Steve Kim. We're going to be joined by Diego De La Hoya moments away. And also Liam Smith from Liverpool will be making his way into the media center. And